Hello everyone, in today's video we are diving into part 2 of our basics 3D shapes series in Fusion 360. We'll be modeling 6 shapes including triangular prism, triangular pyramid, hemisphere, torus, truncated cone, and ellipsoid. If you'd like to check out the shapes from the previous video, you can find them in the part 1 video or in the playlist on my channel. So let's get right into the tutorial and make it happen. Before we begin our first sketch, make sure we have a new design file open and ready here. Okay, first we'll start with the triangular prism model. So let's create a new sketch here. Select this plane. Then select the line tool. In the feature option, select to midpoint line option. Select the center point. And click here. Select this feature option. Then select this point. Click here. And select this point. Apply a vertical constraint between this point and this center point. Then add an angular dimension from this line to this line, 60 degrees. And dimension this line to 50 millimeters. Make sure there's a padlock icon next to the sketch in the browser here that shows it's fully constrained. Next, we'll extrude this triangular profile to create a prism body. So click on Solid tab, select the Extrude tool. Make sure the sketch profile is selected here. Then input the thickness here, 70 millimeters. Click OK. Here our 3D triangular prism model is complete. Next we'll create a triangular pyramid model. We'll be using the triangular sketch from the sketch 1 to build this. Since we want to be using the extrude feature, I'll go ahead and suppress it. So in the timeline, right click on this extrude feature and select to suppress feature. Then right click on sketch 1 here, select to edit sketch option. In this sketch 1, we'll create construction lines to find the center of this equilateral triangle. So select the line tool here, then select to construction option. Select this point. Click here and select this point. Then select this point and this point. Then add an angular dimension from this line to this line, 30 degrees. Finish the sketch. Create a new sketch here. Select this plane. Show the sketch 1 profile. Select the line tool. Change the line type to construction. Then click here. Type the dimension directly here, 45 millimeters. Enter. Apply a coincident constraint between this point and this point. Then click on Solid Tab. Select the Loft tool here. In the Profile section, select the triangular profile and select this point. Click OK. Then hide the Sketch 1 profile. And that completes our triangular pyramid model. So we are ready to move on to the next one. We'll create a hemisphere model in a new design file. Okay, we create a new sketch here. Select this plane. Select the line tool. Select the midpoint line option. Select the center point. Type the dimension directly here, 50 millimeters. Then select 3-point arc. Select this point, and click here. Apply a coincident constraint between this center point and this point. Next, we will revolve the sketch profile to create a hemisphere body. Click on Solid Tab. Select the Revolve tool. Make sure the sketch profile is selected here. In the Axis section, select this line. In the Direction section, select the Sides option. In the Angle 1 and Angle 2 field, enter -90 degrees. And click OK. And here our third basic shape in this tutorial, this hemisphere model, is also complete. Next, we'll move on to the next shape, which is the 3D torus model. So let's jump into a new file and create a new sketch. Okay, create a new sketch here. Select this plane. Select the circle tool. Click here. Type the dimension directly here, 30 millimeters. Enter. Apply a horizontal constraint between this point and this point. Add a dimension from this point to this point, 55 millimeters. Then we'll use the Revolve tool to create a torus body. So click on Solid Tab. Select the Revolve tool. Make sure the sketch profile is selected here. In the Axis section, select this axis. In the Direction section, select the one side option. In the Angle section, enter 360 degrees. And click OK. Here our 3D torus model is also complete. Next, we'll create a truncated cone model in a new file and start a new sketch. So create a new sketch here. Select this plane. Select the circle tool. Select the center point. Type the dimension directly here, 50 millimeters. Enter. Finish the sketch. Then click on the construct tool here. In the plane section, select this plane. Then set the offset distance from the top plane to 60 millimeters. Click OK. Then we create a new sketch. Select this plane. Select the circle tool. Select the center point. Type the dimension directly here, 30 millimeters. Enter. Then click on Solid Tab. Select the Loft tool here. In the Profile section, select this profile and this profile. Click OK. Now, as we can see here, our 3D truncated cone model is all done. Next, we are going to make the 3D ellipsoid model, which is the last shape in this tutorial. So let's jump into the new file and get started. Okay, we create a new sketch here. Select this plane. Select the ellipse tool. Select the center point. Click here. And click here. Then add a dimension to this line, 50 millimeters. And this line, 35 millimeters. Then select the line tool. Select this point and this point. Next, we will revolve this sketch profile to create an ellipsoid body. Click on Solid Tab. Select the Revolve tool. In the Profile section, select this half ellipse profile. In the Axis section, select this line. Click OK. Okay, that's the last shape we are modeling in this tutorial, and with that our tutorial is also complete. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And if you have any questions or suggestions, drop a comment below. See you in the next video.